We're back and we're live, ladies and gentlemen. It's Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid, an NA Dota showdown. EG unfortunately won't have their full five. BDiz had an emergency, had to go, so Sexy Bambo is going to mess things up and be the second European playing for EG along with Milk. But it's a best of three between two of the top teams in North America. And who would it be more appropriate for me to cast with than another NA Dota illustrious, upstanding citizen? It's Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, your first cast with Beyond the Summit. How you doing?
Outstanding citizen, huh?
Yeah, so far. Don't make me regret that.
Alright, I'll try my best because, I got the Skype message and I said, alright, there's big matches going on the side right now with the EMS, and then I said, who are we casting? In my mind, of course. To which you said, Liquid, EG, and I said, oh boy, it's time to cast, because this is the match to catch for a real NA Dota fiend like myself. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen between these two. As you said, even though it is Sexy Bambo standing in, of course, very sexy man.
He is. He's a cute one. He's short as hell, man. He's like 5'2". I think he's shorter than Zoe, the host for EMS. So. And you saw how she looked next to Puppy.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, she does look short. But more importantly, I was about to say, before this game went on, I was going to think... if either teams were going to pick up the PL, because obviously in North America we do a lot of theory crafting and a lot of talking about the drafts and stuff like that lately. And I was wondering between these teams if they were really going to do it to each other, because after this game happens, if the PL wins, it's going to be like a we PL'd them kind of thing. And it looks like somebody's getting PL this game, LD.
You know how it's so appropriate because this is the We Play League, the WPL. So we're gonna PL you. So it's Team Liquid. Oh man, it's all in the cards. It's all fated to come to pass. For EG, they do have Kotal Magnus. They have a crap load of AOE. They have some great team fight, but they don't have the natural partner for the PL. What will they turn to here? I imagine we're looking at a carry, maybe something like a gyrocopter, because there's really not a whole lot else in the pool, but, I mean, what do you think? There's a lot of ways to deal with a one-core lineup. If you go for one carry, there's a Purge, there's a Lasso, and of course you could just kind of spam them with the PL. So, I mean, what do you think for EG? Looked like they were hoping for the PL with the way they opened this draft, but how do you think they adapt to this?
In my opinion, the best way to adapt to this scenario would definitely be picking up the Bane or the Clockwork. They really need that kind of a control, especially against the Bat Rider. Something that, if you get lassoed on or forced to fight on, and there's actually the Nature's Prophet, it would have helped the team fight and kind of alleviated a little bit of the later on damages that could happen by the snowball effect of Shadow Demon plus PL. As we see, kind of standard draft, but at the same time, what I was really thinking before the whole PL thing was I thought Nature's Prophet was going to be a first pick this game. I was watching the previous EG game, and I also know how Liquid loves their Nature's Prophet on Bulba. So I was thinking that Nature's Prophet was going to be the first pickup. But yeah, they let the Bat Rider through, EG of course. And they ban out, in my opinion, what could have been their two responses to this. Like they could have taken the Lone Druid or the Lifestealer against the PL and try to do an aggressive tri-lane. Or try to force some sort of something to happen in the mid game, not let the PL kind of spiral out of control. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, they opted for the standard safe lineup, and while they do have a lot of that control, with the Magnus and a lot of damage coming out as overall, shutting down the pushes as well as split push with Prophet and Keeper, I'm not too sure how they're gonna fare at the late game without now that Gyrocopter and Alchemist are getting banned. There's gonna be an anti-mage ban probably out of Liquid.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like for EG, they want to try and beat Liquid at PL's game, which is split pushing, right? You have Keeper the Light, you have Prophet as your final selection for the first phase, so you have three heroes that can push out the lanes and spread the map a bit, but I think Liquid is fine with the spread out map, and they will contest that with Shadow Poison spam, with the PL once he gets farmed. Bat Rider's not a bad pusher at all between Flame Break as well as Firefly if you want to use it for that. So while EG, it looks like they kind of want to fight the PL at what he's best at, and I don't know how well that's going to work.
Yeah, once again, I mean, the same sentiment kind of just resonates in my mind as we do see the anti-mage getting banned here. And it was kind of just really obvious in the drafting phase. And EG, knowing the caliber of this team, I mean, they've been having a lot of roster changes lately, or not so much roster changes, pardon me. They were switching around the numbers. They were playing a lot of rolling the dice.
Position changes, basically.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not too sure if they're really prepared for this as well as they should be. I mean, of course, Beat is not being here is certainly slight damage, but Sexy Bamboo being the worthy stand-in, they are going to bring out the good, strong fight. And speaking of fight, Liquid does pick up the Panda Brew, which they're expecting to use to aggressively push with it, I would imagine, just relying on playstyle.
If they want to 4 protect 1, they now have a very strong makings of that 4. Batrider, Brewmaster, Shadow Demon +1, Peel can push the other lanes, or he could even join the fight. Hell, it's Liquid, a team that, you know, they're not really going to play Fnatic EU style and just pick the PL and split push and farm until he's 6-slotted and then look to win the game. It may end up that way, but that's not the style they'll use to get there. They'll take definitely a different road, so I won't be surprised if this PL gets involved in combat fairly early on. And with this Brewmaster pick, I think we can start talking about the lanes a little bit. So what are you thinking for this? We saw, not really a tri-lane bat, but an off-lane bat from EG last game. It looks like probably a Brewmaster mid, potentially just an off-lane or jungle bat, and then a defensive tri-lane with the PL. That's what I'm imagining Liquid's going to do. What do you think, and what can EG do to combat that?
Of course, that definitely is the standard order of procedures when it does come to the PL. I've seen Liquid go aggressive with a lot of bad scenarios, and it just didn't work out for them. As the Void is getting picked up, it really does. It's really starting to unfold into a safe lane tri-lane versus a safe lane tri-lane, with the Prophet and Bad Rider just jungling, having a safe start on each parts, to which I still think might be giving a little bit too much room for Liquid.
Yeah, Batrider's going to get more out of the jungle, and I feel like he brings more to the table once he gets his farm up. You get the Blink Dagger, the Tranquil Boots, if you do it perfectly, if you're efficient, probably around the 10-minute mark or so, maybe even a little bit earlier if you get a kill, a little bit later if you have a stack messed up or something. But 10-11-minute Blink Tranquil Boots, what's Prophet bring to the table? His ultimate, some chance for split push. If it comes to a fight, Liquid are definitely going to have the edge, and they go back for a Lion now, so a hero that needs levels, almost certainly a defensive tri-lane for them. They often like to get an early smoke when they pick up the Lion. I've even seen them do it with Keeper of the Late Lion, which isn't the best smoke ganking combo, but Liquid makes it work. So with Shadow Demon Lion, you got to imagine some early ganks. And if EG goes defensive tri-lane and forfeits that off lane, that gives Liquid the freedom to roam towards mid and try to slow down Demon's mag.
It most certainly will be. Actually, will it be a Demon mag? I haven't...
He's been playing mid, so I imagine. Not 100% sure, though.
They've been switching it up way too much for me to pick it up, man. I cannot follow through. Didn't Demon play carry the last game?
The latest flavor of the month has been Demon on the mag. No, last game Jo played the carry, so Demon's been on that solo mid role. He played carry for a little while, then they switched to having Fear as the one position, Demon as the mid, Jo is the off lane. Then they switched it to Jo being the safe lane one position farmer, Fear playing support, and or actually Sexy Bamboo in that game playing the off lane. So maybe because the stand-in was there, another change from them, but it will be Fear on support again. And, I mean, for me, I feel Fear is just the most consistent and complete player on the EG team in terms of his overall skill set. They choose to put him on support, but it is a high-impact support in the Rubik.
It most certainly is. And yeah, it's just as you said, he is the veteran of the team. While Demon would be the face, Fear would be I guess, the backup guy.
he's the solid base.
Yeah, the solid base. That's right. The one base to hold them all.
So I just realized my overlays are actually wrong. This is not Gods joining me, guys. This is Clairvoyance, as you probably could tell. But while I'm updating those overlays, Clairvoyance, why don't you go ahead and introduce EG?
Introducing EG now. All right. The favorite part here, I'm not too sure if they're the favorites of this match, but we have EG Milk sitting here with the Keeper of the Light. We have EG Fear sitting as the Rubik with this nice Rubik set. We have stand-in Sexy Bamboo going on the Nature's Prophet, who I presume to be going to be long lane / jungling. EG Demon, as you have said, will be taking up the mid lane role, rushing for that quick bottle with Magnus. And we have EG Jo going to the top lane. Time Walk already skilled on Void. Quelling Blade on hand, ready to farm.
Damn it, now it's God's Clairvoyance. Man, I'm just Photoshop. You know what, screw it. We're just not going to have the overlay for this game.
It's okay, man. I want it to be Australian for a day.
Yeah, I'll shout you out at the end anyway. Even though you've been delinquent with your social media as far, at least the last time I heard you cast who you were, so.
Delinquent?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, please. I have no idea. No knowledge of the word.
All right. Well, enough about that. Let's introduce Liquid now as well. They're going to be on the Radiant side. Bulba going to be handling that off-lane Batrider. Imagine he might go into the jungle when he sees there's a defensive tri-lane, but we will just have to wait and see. Korok taking the solo mid Brewmaster. And we'll have to see if Korok finds the groove that he seems like a very hot and cold player. Some games just forcing the issue, other games playing spectacularly and making things happen. So what kind of a game will it be for Korok? We'll just have to wait and see. As for IX Mike, he's on his Shadow Demon. TC playing the Phantom Lancer, the drafter for this team in this game, and gets a lot of assistance from this guy right here. It's Fluff and Stuff with a cute little shawl, as well as a pretty ridiculous-looking staff, I must say.
Oh dear. You're looking at the staff. I'm looking at his third eye, man.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I just saw the shawl. Oh, that's...
It's staring right at me.
That's creepy as hell. Fluff and Stuff, why you look at me like that? It's not right, man. It's not right.
Well, as we do notice, with regards to Korok, he is a very, what I would like to call a pivot player. And I think a lot of people can agree with me when I make this comparison. I hope they don't flame me for this one. I see Korok as like the North American S4 kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very pivoty, somewhat inconsistent, but you need, like, they're the mid lane players for a reason. You know, they get the quicker levels, they get the quicker farm up, and they are the ones that are looking to do the damage in the mid game, make the game impact. And speaking of game impact, we are going to see some sort of game impacting maneuvers by looking at these pulls. But as predicted earlier, we're going to have just a safe lane tri-lane versus safe lane tri-lane. And Bulba's a little bit behind on this now because he's now just rotating to the jungle while Sexy Bamboo started there. But we will transition into a very standard play.
Yeah, so he's going to miss that first stack, but he'll get there for the second one. So it definitely will be a slower start for him, like you mentioned. But I don't think it's the end of the world. And at the end of the day, a Bat Rider will still farm faster than a Prophet, I think, even with the slightly slower start. And a Bambo, chewing through those Clarity Potions at that, has his rid of Basilius up. But Bulba, he'll be behind, for sure. It's not as efficient as it could be. And look, EG getting that small advantage early. But looking at the other lanes, we have Korok going mid, 8 and 2, now the bottle online for him. And I agree with your comparison a lot as far as a pivot player. I think the one difference is Korok's just a little bit more aggressive than someone like S4. Not better or worse, just a different style. But for the moment, that aggression working out well for him. He is winning this lane 9 and 2 so far versus Demon. But actually pretty even as Demon gets a few extra creeps here.
Yeah, this is just the creep wave was coming in, so they're actually really, really even. But it does look like Korok is in a very good situation, no doubt about that. He actually opted to get the Drunken Haze at level 2 instead of just getting the Brawler. Normally it's not something I would do because your clap spammage also already takes up a lot of the bottle. And the haste rune is getting pinged out at bottom while the bottom lane is getting pushed. And looks like Liquid, they want to get into the aggressive right from this get-go.
Yeah, they're going to look to take a tower very early. This will force a rotation from Bambo, but what can he really do here? He's going to have to be careful. Maybe he can draw the aggro from the creeps, but right now they're happy to kill off the wave. They didn't opt to go for the haste rune, so Demon picks it up, even thinks a bit. You can see him just looking at bottom like, I really want to go kill someone, but there's not quite an option yet, so reluctantly I'll trot back towards mid. And, well, for Bulba now, dropping low in the jungle, but, well, actually not quite able to kill off the camp here. Seems like he didn't get enough napalm stacks, perhaps.
Yeah, it's the napalm stacks as well as the, I guess a little bit of the delayed factor. Sometimes even if he just comes to the jungle late, it does change things because it might just screw up your timings or flow a little bit. But regardless, yeah, he's a little bit delayed. He will make it back, but the Prophet is level 4, so in comparison, the Prophet's doing a lot better.
And that's with Bambo wasting some time of his own. Well, not wasting, but spending some time of his own, coming bottom to try and slow that push, which he did succeed in doing as well. So I feel like the jungle play, we thought it would be a kind of an advantage for Liquid, but Bulba having a slightly slower start, and particularly Bambo just having a really good one, seems like, in fact, it's EG coming out on top there. And overall, it's a Void getting free farm, and a PL who's getting pretty much free farm. TC missing a few more last hits, but because they're pushing the lane. But yeah, EG coming out slightly on top so far, it feels.
They definitely are with regards to the CS, and it is looking good for them. Jo has 1.2k, 1.3k banked up. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for the Midas. I feel like it might actually be a mistake, but once again, Midas, as we all know, it's an item that it punishes the opponent team for a lot more than they would normally get. Oh, spear down at the mid lane!
Oh, Damon is gonna skewer Korok back in, but will he be able to chase it out? He's got another shockwave coming soon. It's a level 2 shockwave. I think it's just enough. No, it's not. Actually, it is. I think was that a Prophet auto attack for Bambo? It was. He gets the kill. Without it, Korok was actually going to live with like 5 HP, but a well-timed rotation from Bambo. Perfect movement so far from him. Now level 5 at 4 minutes in, and not even really stealing experience from his team. He'll take a few creeps here, but pretty much it's just the lane for Demon. Bambo, a great rotation, but really, I missed it, but you caught it. It looks like Demon just managed to skewer him back into the tower with that haste rune.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. You know, Demon just said, I got the haste rune, I'm the rated R superstar, and I'm going to spear you into the tower, and that's exactly what he did. So, Korok got speared, into the tower, went down. Sad Panda, really is a sad Panda, was just sitting just before level 6, and it's unfortunate. But at the same time, he should have been able to see that coming. Like, as the mid lane player, you always check what the opponent has in their bottle. And of course, we did talk about how, you know, Demon was able to just pick up the haste for free. He should have known. I feel like that really shouldn't have happened, especially when you're a strength tanky hero like Panda.
Yeah,
but
and they had Observer bottom. He'd seen the haste rune bottled in the lane. The other thing is Liquid could have taken the rune, but they chose to pressure the lane instead, and as a result, Demon got one that, with the defensive tri-lane and the rune spotty bottom is the Radiant, you could take that, and Demon's not going to go for it if you send a support there.
Oh, most certainly. So Demon, of course, definitely in a good position. And looking like EG wants to expand their lead by doing what Liquid did earlier, but this time I think EG is going to success. I remember Fluff. Was it Fluff? It was a purple TP if I recall correctly, so maybe it's just because I like the purple. But anyways, there was a purple TP at the mid lane, and that just means that there's not going to be a TP to save the tower. And even if they were able to, I don't think anybody was prepared for it. So yeah, this top tower is going to go down. And Jo, he decided to not go for the Midas. He will pick up the fast treads, and let's see what he's going to transition into. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a Battle Fury or maybe something new, like one of the latest builds that have been taking hype is like the Maelstrom, Mask of Madness kind of thing.
Yeah, it lets you get involved in the fights earlier. The one issue with it is Mask of Madness is a fantastic item if you catch people in Chronosphere. If you don't, you get a Demonic Purge, you get Flame Break, you get Lassoed. You drop real quickly, so it's a very kind of a gamble of an item, but I feel when you pick a hero like the Void, you know, you want him to be involved early, and getting those kinds of items you can farm and you can be involved, so maybe the best of both worlds. Jo, gonna go back for Midas. I don't know why he would... I don't really like this, because I feel like if you want the Midas, you have free farm, you're not being contested. Why not just rush it?
That's a little bit of an awkward order. But I actually did a single player test one time, where I just farmed for 20 minutes, because I have no life. And it turns out, that picking up Midas or Treads and like vice versa, if you're getting complete free farm, the Midas will actually just give you an EXP advantage in the long run. It actually won't help you CS. And part of it is actually because the attack speed coming out of power treads, especially because when you keep it in AGI, it actually gives you 38 attack speed, which is almost 40.
Mid lane. Demon getting caught out here. Panda ult was deployed. Demon gonna drop. Not able to get his RP off. Does he have a buyback? Nope. Not looking like there's not gonna be anything else that comes of that. But yeah, you were saying the treads basically help you farm faster. And yeah, he's already got a very fast Midas. It looks like a 7-minute Midas even after the treads.
Yeah, definitely. And the tower kill helping a lot with that. But that kill at Demon, was that like a 3-man gank? I kind of missed the end, just picked up the end there.
Yeah, I only caught the end as well. It looks like they rotated in 2 of their supports for that fluff and stuff, as well as IX Mike, and popped a Panda ult. So they got the kill, they slowed down the Blink Dagger, but not a cheap kill at that.
Most certainly not a cheap kill, hearing the expense of what was paid out. But PL is going to rush for that Yasha. And yes, it looks like both heroes, both the Void as well as the PL, they're saying, okay, we're gonna farm on you, and we're gonna duke it out in the mid late game and see how the utility spells come out to basically save or kill the fight.
Korok in a bit of trouble here. He will eat his way out of the Sprout, but not able to walk up onto the cliff. Skewered, and now gonna eat an RP. No Panda ult. Demon's gonna get his revenge. It does appear. The clap catches 2. Actually, they need one more Shockwave. The Illuminate from long range comes in. It's not enough. Korok's still alive. Now the Shockwave picks him up, but Bambo may forfeit his own life in doing so. Bulba only sitting on about 1,000 gold. Will need a flame break at that. This will be a big kill for him. Get him close to that Blink Dagger. Can they pick him up? Bambo's on the run. He's hoping it. He ain't getting away from this one. He'll throw a Sprout out as well. Bulba flies through, cleans that one up. So when it's all said and done, well, Liquid gets the trade there, but they do kill off the Panda, so both Blink Daggers being delayed at this point.
Yeah. the Blink Dagger is being delayed, of course, but in that fight, did you notice how IX Mike actually disrupted the Bat Rider? He disrupted the Bat. If Bambo actually waited on his TP, and granted, it might actually just be that the disrupt came just as a reaction to the TP. Of course, Bambo shouldn't have used that in the first place because he's dealing with a Bat Rider. He has 2 stuns. But if he disrupted the Bat and he TP'd out on the Bat Rider, oh man, I can't imagine how upset Bulba would have been. That would have been really funny to see. And
it's like just enough time if you do it immediately, but
yeah,
well, didn't react immediately, and then the opportunity was lost.
Unfortunately. So sad. Really wanted to see a big blunder.
Could have been a big Bambo play. He's a little rusty, I feel. Hasn't really been playing that much. Saw him standing in occasionally, but, well, off of that, Bulba pretty much has his blink now, so getting involved in that fight, still going to be able to clean up a big camp. Meanwhile, middle lane, Korok gets skewered back in again. Still no Panda ult. Down he goes. Another rotation from Fear. Another kill. Bambo TP's in. Just kind of offers his moral support to that gank. But Korok dying again, and whenever that Panda ult's down, that's where you can look to get aggressive. So at this point, he's really slipping behind.
He really is, sitting at 0, 3, and 2. And I saw this happen the other day where I saw Snake King's Panda. This says, I'll have to hold that thought. There's an aggression at the bottom lane.
Yeah, Mel gonna get disrupted, and now Fluff comes in, has a Finger of Death, will use the Impale, which means Demon throws out a Shockwave. The Prophet ult is there too. Now I expect to be skewered. And EG just having the superior movement of their supports, and it feels like every spell just doing a little bit more for them. Fear are gonna be absolutely fine. I think actually managed to steal Panda Clap. He did. That's a lot of damage coming out of Fear, and while this was happening, Jo free farming top and some pressure on TC, so seems like Jo should be pulling ahead, and in fact with the Midas, I believe he will be sitting on about 500 advanced terms of net worth, also has the tower kill to his name.
Absolutely, he definitely is sitting in a good spot. I'm not too sure how long that's going to last, to be completely honest. He is dealing with a PL after all, but the bigger thing to note is that with the Magnus and power buff later on, as well as the Prophet getting farmed, because Prophet is farming at a slower rate than the Void. Of course, he is rotating around the map.
Speaking of rotations, oh my god,
this is just so bad for him. Like, when you're playing Panda, and you're not getting the mana boots first, and you're not actively rotating around the map by yourself. Oh, as I say that, Jo dies very far out. Looks like Bulba.
That was a kill they desperately needed there. Bulba did blow the lasso, but I'm still very worried about this team, because Korok is having such a bad start, and he's a crucial hero for them come mid-game. Sure, you have a blink on Batrider, but that's not going to win your team fight by itself. You need the follow-up for the Panda.
That's right, you definitely do. And once again, he just died 4 times after he had his boots. And IX Mike, oh dear, that was a nice disruption.
Well, just well-timed disruption. Demon blinks and wants to skewer him back, can't pull it off. Bulba will get his blink, so they have something to help them fight. And the good news is TC isn't dying, went for the faster farming item, the Yasha, and now gonna head back into a Diffusal Blade. So TC is free farming, and actually now starts to pull ahead of the Void with that death. So a crucial kill on Jo there, and let's see what they can. It looks like Jo's going Battle Fury. So EG, double Midas, looks to be a Battle Fury build from Jo. They want to take this late game. Do you think they can do it? I mean, yes, they have Kodal, they have Mag, they've got great split push. They have a very strong hard carry in Void, but I feel like if this goes late enough, you use the Chronosphere, you kill PL once, he buys back, and, well, then how are you going to kill him again? So
yeah,
we'll see if it gets to that point. But if it goes late enough, I feel Liquid might have it late anyway.
It is possible, but we can't rule out EG. They actually have a lot of really, really good lockdowns for a PL. I mean, one of the reasons why PL is such a pain in the butt to deal with is entirely because, like, he has so many escape mechanisms. Like, he has the Doppel Walk, but speaking of which, he's actually getting engaged on now.
Fear has Clap. He's got Dust. He's not using the Dust yet. Now he will. In he comes. Unfortunately, he lost the Clap. He just lost it. Doesn't matter. Steals the Lance instead, but now Bulba comes in. Blastosphere drives him back. Will be looking to pick him off. And Mike kind of strolling in behind the tower wall. It's all happening. Fluff able to finger the Prophet, bring him down. And now it looks like Liquid will back off. So they get the Prophet. They get the Rubik. And I kind of feel like if Fear hadn't lost the Clap at that exact moment, could have gotten the kill and maybe gotten out in time.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't have had to commit a little bit further by walking. And it was a little bit of an odd thing for it to happen right on that time. But yeah, he paid the price for it by not watching at the timer. It's actually...
Oh, wow. Look at this. So they don't have their blink on their Panda, but Fluff and stuff has a 13-minute blink dagger. This is a fast blink for a mid line. He's rushing it, yes, but oh my goodness, this could definitely turn the tides.
It most definitely could. I mean, what can I say? It's the third eye factor, Dave.
What is this game? IX Mike blinking, RP just for him. Demon will pick him up. We can't even talk about the game, because every time we do, it's some ridiculous aggression, but Demon finds another kill. He's really rolling. But yeah, Blink Dagger on Lion this early. Talk about that.
Yeah, he is gonna make a lot of things happen around the map with this. Of course, Lion's Finger now having a ridiculously long cooldown at level 1, but still very, very heavy burst damage. What I'm wondering is whether it's going to transition into a game where it's kind of a defensive playstyle from both teams. Because, like, for example, tier 1s are all up for EG. 2 towers are down for Liquid, however, there's a lot of room to TP on, not to mention the fact that the mobility coming out of Batrider, as well as the Blink Dagger on Lion, and the Blink Dagger on Panda, which is imminent. It's coming up in probably about 2 minutes if he doesn't die anymore, or in less even.
And I like what they've done. Rotate Korok to the bottom lane, and less likely to get ganked now, I feel.
Yeah, pretty much, because PL, all he needs after Yasha is the jungle. He needs the Quelling Blade, Yasha, and he just needs an open jungle. And he can farm like an anti-mage, so...
And that's what he's doing. So left to his own devices, Korok, Blink Dagger coming soon, as you mentioned. At the same time, EG is taking full advantage of their own jungle. Shadowblade will be next in line for Bambo, so really tilting towards the split push with this. And Jo, Battle Fury coming next for him, has his Perseverance up. Looking, does he have the Claymore or the Broadsword? He does not. So looking at, I mean, maybe an 18-minute Battle Fury Midas Treads, perhaps 19 minutes, depending if he dies or finds some kills. Might be a little bit slower, a little bit faster. Already level 11, so has the level 2 Chronosphere. And overall, both teams are making heavy trades. EG seems like they're way ahead. 5k gold lead, 4k experience lead. Now, a lot of that gold is tucked away inside of 2 Midases, so haven't paid for themselves yet, but we'll soon. And here comes Bulba, looking to get aggressive. He's going to find Milk. Oh, no. Milk caught out. Won't even get his Illuminate off, so no damage from him. And going to die off the bat. In the midst of it, it's Demon. He jumped in. He wanted to go, but Fluff able to stun him. He does have an Invis, and he's got a Blink. He's got an RP in 1 second. Korok's coming in. I don't know if they realize Demon's still here because they're sitting around. They're clumping up. Demon's looking to go. Is he going to find that opening? No Sentry Wards or any sort of detection. They're going to back up, but RP is there. Catches out too. Skewers him back in. Jo has Chrono as well. Will pop it. Not a great Chrono. Then gets fingered down. Fluff drills him in the face. His former teammate. No mercy from Fluff and stuff. And that Chrono was entirely unneeded, as those heroes were going to die anyway. But, oh boy. Finger of Death, not backtrack. Jo probably saying, it's max backtrack. What the fuck, Ice Frog?
Oh dear. Jo, well, I mean, it's a slight blunder. It happens. A lot of the Magnus Void combination has been talked about before. This happens with every single team. And you know what, to be completely honest, I actually cringe a little bit every time it happens. Because teams have played Magnus so much, to the point where you should know, okay, I'm gonna RP this, or, you know, when everybody sees an RP, they'll see it whether you're the Magnus player or not. You just see a whole bunch of heroes clumped up. And then, all you have to do is just ping the spot, or say I'm skewering back, because we have melee heroes. You have to discuss between whether you're gonna use Time Walk to go on top of the RP targets, or you're gonna skewer them back. Most of the time it's a skewer back because of the slow effect as well as the damage. And yeah, it's miscoordinated actions. It's not even just about the Chrono completely whipping and possibly just looking kind of silly. It's entirely the fact that because it was miscoordinated. I mean, if Jo was able to get the Panda kill without the expending the Chrono and dying, he could have time walked and disrupted Fluff's because you know you have to target the heroes that you're casting the spells on, especially with Lion. So if he was able to disrupt his animation, and as I say that, Bulba's going on somebody.
Yeah, Fear gonna throw him back, but Bulba's gonna give chase. The Prophet ult bounces through, delaying that Blink Dagger, and now the Shockwave as well, so the Blink Dagger thoroughly negated, and in the end, it looks like they might back off, but Fluff comes in, no Finger of Death, the Clap to fly, Fear to fall, and now on the other side, it's Milk getting picked up. Liquid with their triple Blink Dagger extravaganza, just finding kill after kill after kill, and Jo, no Chrono for him, so he's just pushing the top lane, unable to fight.
Yeah, and it is in my opinion the right response, because as we see, the Prophet is in the bottom lane and they're gonna do this split push extravaganza, as you would say. And as the split push is happening, Liquid are going to take the mid tower as compensation for their losses that are about to happen. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if they're gonna lose the bottom tower. What they choose to defend, we'll see right now. It looks like one is going to defend the top lane. Are they going to respond to the bottom lane, or are they gonna keep pushing?
I think they defend both, yeah. Gonna get both, so they get a tier 1, they get a couple of kills there. And they don't lose anything. Jo's gonna jump in. He's got a Chronosphere. He goes on Mike. Oh, this is a long way to go. Demon's here as well, but he can't really get in range for an RP because there's a Chronosphere blocking his path. Now Korok hunting Jo. The lasso is here as well from Bulba. No lasso. Doesn't think he needs it. Well, it doesn't have it available, I should say. And now Jo gonna die to a flame break anyway. Demon forced to blink out. Again, like you talked about, the coordination, the Chronosphere actually hurting them there because Demon couldn't really help out. And now Demon may die as well. He's thrown up in the air. He's already used this blink. Still going to be cooling down. He will skewer, though. A boulder toss would be enough for the kill, but nope. In the end, actually, Bulba's going back to base. So they get Jo, and they get him again. And meanwhile, TC is not dying. He's free farming, and he's pushing bottom lane.
He really is. And it was kind of weird, actually. Do you know why he used the Panda split there? Because I actually have no idea what that was for. Bulba didn't have the lasso.
Yeah, he didn't have Chrono, he didn't have Time Walk. I think it was just, let's make extra sure we get this kill, and that Demon doesn't jump in with an RP and maybe turn it.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, I guess in safety, in hindsight, I guess it was fine. But I don't know. I feel like Panda, you really have to be careful about the usage of your ultimate, because let's be honest, if that hero doesn't have his ultimate up, I mean, look at him now. He doesn't even have mana. He really doesn't do anything.
Oh man, and he's gonna get skewered now. RP'd as well. Bambo's here, trying to TP out. The evasion not there for him. He will die. And now Demon's gonna ask for a quick pause while Bulba is flying in, looking for some openings. Doesn't have his 4-step yet, but may be able to just find a Nature's Prophet. Maybe even Demon here. Demon has Blink Dagger, though, so I think should be able to blink away.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Bulba whether he wants to risk this jump or not. He does have the Blink Dagger up, as you said, and it would be a sure kill if he does find him. But tactical pause about to unfold.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Paused after the fight was over. Definitely watching.
Every pause is tactical.
Yeah, every pause. It ends up being tactical, even if you don't intend it to be a tactical pause, because, well, let's be honest. You're going to think about the state of the game, you're going to arrive at a different decision.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? The funny thing is, back right after International or so, when Puppy actually just started streaming, I was watching his stream one time. He was casting one of the games between two of the relatively unknown teams.
Yeah.
And he actually said, during a pause, he says, at the mid lane, all 5 heroes were grouped up for the dire. They were about to push mid lane. But he said the game got paused because somebody disconnected. And he actually said himself that pause like these, they change the game whether you plan to or not. Because yeah, you will see the Radiant carry on the top lane pushing the tower. You will see something going towards their own jungle. You will see the movements, the HP bars, and you will say, alright, all of a sudden, the Roshan right next to us seems like a better decision than the tower. It just comes to you, and it's hard to prevent, and we will have to see. Bulba does go in.
He does go in. Prophet is there. Now the Flamebreak gonna push Demon back. He gets lassoed. Bulba wants to kill off Demon. Can he do it? He pulls him up to a nice little cliff. Now Demon trapped. Eats a Purge. Eats a Soul Catcher as well, and dropping pretty quickly at that. The Treants created by Bambo might actually be hurting Demon in the end, and that's a big kill streak to end, getting about 500 additional gold. Down he goes. TC. Well, now we see a Blink Dagger on Fear, so... I mean, who doesn't have a Blink Dagger? That's really the way to measure it right now. 4 Blink Daggers afoot. Only 6 heroes still waiting to claim theirs.
Man, I gotta say, I really love the olden days when everybody just bought a Blink Dagger when it had no cooldown.
Oh man, what was it? 6.48B, I think?
Oh gosh.
Literally every competitive game, 10 Blink Daggers. It was incredible. But it's gone now. It's a long, bygone time. For those who are new to Dota, you're missing out.
Have you ever played WTF mode with bottoms? Just leaping around the map? Oh dear. It lasts about, it's like 1 minute worth of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, the nice thing about Leap is you don't have to target it, you just press a button and you go, so you can really spam it, whereas with Blink you gotta click where you want to go. And
that's right.
I haven't tried it, but sounds fun.
Yeah, she actually turns better now in Dota 2, due to a recent patch. Oh, Radiant.
Oh, wow. Bambo, Dota. Had a lane ward here, able to pick off the courier as a result. Great little play by him, and, well... Jo gonna pop the Chronosphere as well onto Korok. This is actually maybe buying time for him to get his Panda ultimate off. It's close, but I don't think it'll be close enough. Eats an Illuminate. Down he goes. Off with his head. Now Demon comes in. Head full of steam. Drops his Shockwave, and Bulba really needs to hoof it out of here. In comes Bambo as well. Is Firefly gonna be ending soon? Nope, the Lance is there for TC. Down he'll go. Finger as well. One by one. Liquid come in, and out they will go. 4 heroes dead. The lone survivor, TC. Probably a fight Liquid should have cut their losses, but they tried to turn it around, and they pay.
That is really something not you see every day. Well played by Fear. He actually took the lasso, blinked onto a target, and played himself like a bad rider, dragging somebody back. So, interesting. They got to disable when they needed it because they had no more left. And although the target would have died, it was a very nice little play. 4 heroes down for Liquid. TC, the lone survivor. However, can he actually hold this up? They gave away a lot in the early game, and I feel like there's really nothing stopping EG from taking a Roche right now. I mean, the only really liability is that Panda might have his ultimate up, which he does. And the Bad Rider's presence on the map because Firefly is just so good around the Roche pit. But I feel like after the next fight, or even now, like I feel like if they have a smoke, they can really just ninja it. And I'm not too sure how Liquid's gonna react in time.
Yeah, and the thing is, they lose that tower top. This is now another lane that's getting pushed in. You have Prophet who can control the map well just by spamming his ultimate. Bambo's gonna summon some Treants, maybe send them towards the pit. Yeah, it looks like they have Roche in mind. While he's doing that, he'll send his hero bottom. No, actually just farming Ancients for a moment. He thought about it.
Yeah, he's listening to you and he says, "Oh, RP, big RP at mid."
Oh no, well, Bambo's farming Ancients, the action happens mid, Demon gets lassoed, pulled back in. He got the RP out, but what can he do afterwards? The answer is not a whole lot, apparently. Now, our Panda giving chase needs a Cyclone, not able to because Fear blinks away just in the nick of time. They blow the RP, don't get anything out of it, though they do get a tier 1 bottom now, so something for it. But now that Roshan control they might have had, it slips away a bit.
It certainly does slip away a bit, but we have to once again keep in mind that the Panda... Oh,
Fluff.
Going on?
Almost died to an Illuminate there. Narrowly going to be earned and then gets out of range.
Oh dear.
And now he's hunting. He wants Milk. Milk getting a little bit confident. And now in comes Fear. The Chrono deployed, catches out 3. Beautiful Chrono. While that's happening, Fluff caught out of position. Will get picked up. Wanted that Chrono. Will pay for his life with it. And now Korok driven back in. Picked up. The dust deployed as well by Mike in the midst of it all. It's once again TC just trotting away. TC just can't really fight, it feels, and as a result, despite all these items, not able to contribute much to his team.
That's right, yeah. once again, the Panda ultimate being down is actually gonna hurt them so much. And it's funny how they did get the kill on the Magnus at mid, but yeah, this is gonna just transition into a Roshan. I mean, it was so obvious. Liquid should have known this coming. When you expend all of your heavy ultimates, I mean, with the exclusion of Lasso because it has a relatively short cooldown, when you expend all of your ultimates as well as all of your fighting arsenal, you know, you have all these spells and you have all this mana and HP, and you lose most of it, and you're trying to force a tower, not only are you getting greedy, but you're putting yourselves in a very, very bad situation. Because what happened now? The Panda not only he still doesn't have an ultimate, he died in the teamfight. That's your mid solo, by the way. And they just don't have the map control anymore because Demon just bought back with Magnus, fought it under their tower, won it, and now the...
Oh, Fluff! Jumps in, wants to go on Fear, but Fear blinks away in the nick of time. Had that Finger of Death online. It is level 2 now, so the cooldown starts to improve. Well, we'll see if he gets to 16, but like you said, with the Panda, it's mainly just the Panda ult. I mean, all the other ultimates, fairly short cooldowns. Finger of Death, I guess the longest one at that, but if they blow the Panda ult, then they just can't teamfight, and with a hero like Peel as your carry, Peel is not built to teamfight. Even when he's maxed out, if the Void's maxed out, you don't want to fight directly. You want to kind of pick away, chip away at the enemy team, split push, and unfortunately, it just doesn't feel like Liquid's able to execute. And to go back to what you said, Korok, another death for him, now 2 and 8. However you want to frame how this game started, it has not gone well for Korok, continues to struggle, continues to not really be an impact hero, and as the game goes on, Panda ult starts to scale off. You get late enough, Void can just kill the Panda ultimate, the Panda aspects during Chrono, and actually kill the Panda as a result, or just ignore them if he wants to, and well, he's going to have a BKB now, so if he wants to ignore the Panda, he is free to do so, whereas the Magnus continues to stay strong, if anything, maybe even get stronger as the game goes later.
That's right. Between the two, of course, Magnus getting the better end of the stick and definitely does scale better. But of course, speaking of the Magnus, Demon is actually playing very, very... Like, he's playing phenomenal this game. He actually has 3 deaths under his belt, to which I actually say it's not even his fault. Some of his stats...
He's 7-3 and 9. I mean, those are acceptable losses if you give up 3 deaths.
That's right. And the amount of space he has created just by being in the presence, like, his presence in the teamfights alone, has forced Liquid to actually kind of sit back. But more importantly, he's always been able to get off an RP, whether it was a good one or a bad one. I mean, over the last couple of days, I think I've seen a couple of RPs kind of just whiff, like here and there, and it was kind of just awkward.
It happens.
But he's playing very, very well right now.
You know, RP's not the biggest AoE. It's actually decent, more than what you might think. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not a Ravage. You're going to whiff on a few RPs, but for me, it's not so much about the ones you miss, it's more about the ones that you connect on. It's not quite a punch hook, but as far as ultimates go, you mentioned Panda ult, you really have to be careful when you use it, but that's because of the cooldown. You compare that to something like Magnus RP, he's got a full 50 seconds less to wait, so he can really get one hero, find a kill, or even mess up an ultimate, and he'll have it back for the next team fight. Not really the case for Korok, and especially when he doesn't have the Aghanims yet, when it's only a level 2 ultimate, it doesn't last nearly as long as what you would like, so the time when the ult's either not being used or on cooldown is quite longer compared to what it could be.
Hashtag agree, you know? This Magnus is definitely...
Oh, really?
Hashtag agree.
Alright, Clairvoyance, I'm gonna head up the call right now. You're a disgrace.
Come on!
You don't even use social media. You don't even have a Twitter account. Why are you hashtagging?
What are you talking? Oh, come on, please.
No, you come on. Uh-oh. Fluff and stuff. Really bold placement.
Oh, he does this all the time.
Oh my god.
It's brilliant. Do you always, like, every single game, he actually camps a funky spot in the jungle. And I've actually seen it one time where it just changes the game because he gets a tiny kill on Aoi. That was a couple months back, but yeah, he does this all the time. Like, he always goes into a spot and he just waits and waits and waits. He actually spends like 2 to 3 minutes every single time he does this because you have to be safe. But yeah, sometimes it pays off, and other times he kind of he looks like he's AFK.
Well, in this, it's like favorite fat guys want to get a drink. I'm not sure what he's going to do with this one. Doesn't have any vision, there's no lane wards, maybe he'll catch a retreating hero, but you kind of need to see them retreating, and I mean, I'm just looking at the Radiant Vision, they have nothing, so, hey, it doesn't work, no problem, he'll just back off, and looking at sort of the broader strokes, the bigger picture for this game, how do you feel about the trades overall? It is EG leading by about 12k gold, 11k experience. It seems like they have the better teamfight late game, even if Liquid maybe has the slightly scarier late game carry in the PL. It's still a Void with Empower late game. Nothing to be messed with. How do you feel about the way the game's developing for both teams, and do you think Liquid can take this late, or is EG far enough ahead that they'll have the advantage if it goes there?
while I do think with PL and Bad Rider anything is possible, I think I gotta give my hands to EG on this one. I'll say, in my opinion, it's really looking like about an 85-90% win for EG. Even if they make mistakes, it's just as you mentioned earlier. Magnus is a hero that even if you whiff an RP, yeah, it might look funny, but it's not nearly as punishing. For example, when you whiff something with Brewmaster, and it's just like this Panda. Under-leveled, semi-under-farmed, he's just not been able to make the game impact that he's supposed to. Because ideally with a Panda pickup, you have to win the early game. You have a spell, you have a hero that's dedicated to win the early game because of his ability, his ultimate. And the fact that he didn't win the early game with that setup, while the Magnus won with a better late game setup, it just goes to show that there is a power difference between the drafts, or between how the game's been played out rather. So right. Yeah, I'm gonna say this RP, as well as, yeah, the BKB up on Magnus now, it's gonna kick in. And whether it synergizes perfectly with the Void or not, Empower alone allows the Void to dish out a lot more damage than he should. And I know BKB might rub it off, but against the PL, Battle Fury, Empower, it's all really, really big factors. Once again,
the other nice thing for EG is they have a backup plan. So if RP misses, maybe you hit a big Chrono, maybe Fear steals something like Impale or Panda ult. And then even if the RP whiffs, they still have the way to turn the fight around. Whereas for Liquid, yeah, they have all these single target lockdown abilities, but they don't have any AoE ultimates aside, well, from Panda ult, which isn't really AoE, but provides you enough disables that it almost is like an AoE ultimate.
Yeah, but I mean, it's as you said, Panda requires a couple more button clicks. With heroes like Tyrant or Magnus, you know, you go in there and click one button and you win.
I think Korok's got the APM for this. I don't know.
That's true. He does. He most certainly does.
We'll see. But right now, Liquid, they really feel like they're on the back foot. They don't want to fight when that Aegis is up. So
yeah, it's actually down now, speaking of which.
Yeah, do they look to fight now? Maybe they will. Obviously, they've written down the time, and, well, Boba's just going to Firefly his way in. He's looking for Lasso. He'll catch out Jo. Jo, no Aegis on him, but can they actually bring him down? The lift from Fear holds him in position, and now stolen by Fear. After lifting, Boba will go down, and no follow-up in sight from Liquid, who just didn't want to clump and engage on that. And in the end, forced to lose Bulba, no trade coming. And in fact, Bambo may look for a trade of his own. Or just a little secret mission. A little Shadow Blade action. He's on a secret
mission indeed. And of course, it did force out the 2 BKBs. I think that's actually the reason why Liquid decided not to go, because BKB kind of owns every single ultimate they have, except with the exclusion of Lasso. I mean, Purge goes through, but how much does that do against BKB really, when you're engaging in a team fight? So yeah, 2 BKBs expended. However, really, really, like, just spectacular play coming out of Fear. He played that perfectly. I mean, he took the lasso, he lifted the guy when he kind of came in, and he lassoed the Bad Rider back. Like, it was actually just perfect play.
It's like, yeah, it was perfect play. It's like we talked about. This is Churd's a support hero, but it's a playmaking support, and Fear make you to play there.
Most certainly. I guess that's the simple way to put it before I go into an essay about it.
No, go into your essay by all means, because Liquid, they might try to fight this, but well, let's see. Maybe they will. Boba jumps in. Tried once. This time he gets Orchid and now thrown up in the air. Silenced and brought down EG. Fully prepared for the Bulba aggression. Now Korok comes in, deploys his ultimate. Boulder toss onto Fear. Keep it on Fear. He may end up stealing this ult. If it turns around, now the RP gets dropped.
No.
Oh, the Chrono is there. Holds Demon and plays does nothing as well except holding the Panda aspects together. TC not caught in any of this, just kiting around on the side of the fight. Jo, BKB thrown out as well. Some really aggressive plays from some of these heroes with big team fight ultimates. Now the last one that was stolen by Fear used on an illusion. As I guess, well, I'm not really... He thought that was the real TC, I guess, in the end, and it was not. Because it's not... He still has it. I'm not really sure. It wasn't like he's about to lose it, so very curious fight. What do you make of all that?
A series of very, very, very unfortunate events.
For both teams, really, I felt.
Yeah, both teams, really. It really is for both teams. Boba getting into lockdown again with the Bad Rider. Very nice play coming out of EG. They're very on top of their game when it comes to that. But, first of all, the solo RP on the Shadow Demon, okay, that's fine, because he actually got the kill. And they are actually at that point where they're ahead. Unfortunately, RP is just one of the 2 spells that they really need to lock down the PL. And speaking of the 2 spells, the Chronosphere again.
It caught 2 Panda aspects. Caught the Wind Panda and the Fire Panda, but that was it.
Oh my gosh, come on. That was PM saying, alright, you know what, Jo, we need to give you compensation for the second time, so here are 2 extra pieces. And he walked into the Chrono, and...
Oh, Fluff looking for a play of his own, finds Milk, hexes him, and picks him off, so... A little kill for him and a D-ward, but Fear with the stolen lasso pulling Mike back in. No, he can't skewer him while he's lassoed, so instead Mike might actually live as a result. Oh, I didn't realize you couldn't skewer someone while they're lassoed. Apparently you can't. Mike on the run, able to escape me while top lane Bambo caught out. He'll get picked off, so Liquid find 2 picks, and what looked like it should have been at least a trade mid. Turns out not to be. That's a weird mechanic. Never seen that one before.
Yeah, I was actually, I was wondering remember the fight at the tier 2 at the mid lane? There was a point where Demon skewered Korok, and Korok didn't take any damage, and then I was about to call that out as a bug. But then I realized, sometimes when you do lifting abilities that hold targets together, like Lasso or Rubik's Telekinesis, and you try to skewer them away from their original location of where they were initially casted upon with those disable spells, it kind of, it messes up the mechanic, and either the damage doesn't go through or the target just doesn't move. And either way, it kind of just screws each other up and cancels each other in some funky ways that I've never really bothered to experience or experiment in depth. So,
I mean, it's EG basically had their own Batrider. A Blink 4-Staff Rubik is basically a squishy Batrider, but still a Batrider. And while they don't have Lasso now, it's a fairly easy spell to steal. Unless you go on the Rubik, he's not really going to be casting any spells immediately after that. Normally, you Blink and you Lasso, you 4-Staff away, and while that's happening, Fear can look to grab it. The one thing I would say for Liquid, I feel like Bulba really needs a BKB, because every time he jumps in, it seems he gets silenced or he gets lifted, and BKB can help you with that a lot. You have to blow the RP or the Chrono to deal with them, and it looks like they want a Roche, but Liquid's going to contest this. TC lurking on the high ground. It's all about Bulba. Can he find that opening? He's flying through the trees, flying high. And EG,
oh dear.
They have to know. This is where Batrider always loves to lurk. He will blink it. He finds Demon, the one hero that they had to catch. They catch him, they finger him, but they can't bring him down yet. He's still alive. Now the Flame Break finishes him off. Jo going to work on Fluff, not really hitting very fast, lacking the attack speed. Picks up the gem as well. A secondary gem also on the floor, but now he's purged. He's used his Chrono. He's used his BKB. Now the Pan ult deployed, and without buyback on Demon, this is where the fight turns around. Mel dropping here, and although it looks like they'll only get a few kills off of this, maybe they can go Roche. That would be the big thing. Bulba chasing. Can he find Fear? Fear, he'll blink. He's got a clap, so no escape mechanism there, and in the end, Liquid say, let's get the Roche. TC, well, if he gets the Aegis, that would be pretty big.
It most certainly would be, and as you said, EG, I'm not sure what they're doing with their lives, seriously. When you're trying to play against a Batrider at the Roche pit, you have to understand, I mean, especially when it's not daytime, you have no vision. Whether you have wards up or not, you just don't see the Batrider. And it looks like Fear decides to grab a spell. Yeah, he's gonna Flame Break into the pit.
Is he gonna... Don't go for it, Fear. Don't do it. He gets pushed in. He Flame Breaks them out. Oh, he's buying time. Jayo's got Chrono in 40 seconds yet. Oh, they're gonna go for it! In the end, Bambo Dota steals the Aegis! IX Mike dropping low. He'll Ghost Scepter's way out of the silence, and now Bambo caught a bad position, but remember, he's got Aegis. Demon is coming. He's TPing in towards his tier 2 mid. Lasso stolen by Fear, pulling Bulba back, but taking a lot of damage. They need Demon, and they need him now. Here comes Bambo. Round number 2, though. Ult deployed. Jo, no mana for an ult. Man fighting Korok. The RP is there. Demon catches him. TC low, and now on the run. There's got to be a gem on this team, EG team. There was like 2 gems on the floor earlier. Apparently not. TC on the run. Jo giving taste. Chrono in 5 seconds. TC unable to doppelwalk. He's got it now, but he gets mono leaked. He's stunned. He doesn't know the mono for it. He's gonna go down too. TC to fall. Gem hits the deck yet again. Hot potato gems all around it. When it's all said and done, EG, they get the Aegis. They give up the Roche and gold, but no big deal. Clairvoyance, what a ridiculous fight. Some Bambo Dota for you here in an NA Dota showdown.
It's rarely a case where a stand-in, especially a player who's kind of just fallen off the scene due to inactivity or other reasons, ends up just carrying the game. And that Aegis deal actually just changed the entire team fight. And you know what? Pretty much this game, just before that Roche.
The Blink Lasso is there. Demon being held, but he's not really taking damage. Now the Chrono, that's a good Chrono. Catches out 3, goes on Mike, wants Fluff as well. Can he get him too? Godlike for Jo. Man, he's hitting like a truck. Now TC silenced up. If he dies, this might just be racked. This might just be game. He goes in biz. There's another gem on the floor. How many gems are there going to be on the ground this game? TC sprouted. The Sprout, a really scary late game disable, but the finger is there. Buyback City from Liquid. And now 60 Bambo's turn to run. How many heroes bought back? 1, 2, it looks like triple buyback from Liquid over the past minute and a half or so. Now Mel on the run as well. He will get picked up. The gem hits the deck again, so 2 more gems on the floor. Jo goes down as well. What is going on in this game, Clairvoyance? Who is actually winning right now? Because I honestly am not sure.
LD, I'm going to tell you honestly, I take back my former statements. This game is just going off into its own course that I've never seen before. just too many different things happening. Part of what I would like to say is mistakes, but at the same time, just unexpectedly big plays coming out here and there also. And I don't know, man. This is Game of Thrones just recently started a new season, and it looks like Game of Thrones also. But it's just really it's a hectic game. Both teams they really want this win. It makes a lot of it makes a very big statement whoever comes out with this game one. And I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just been too many things. We haven't seen a game-changing RP. What we have seen is a game-changing Prophet TP into an Aegis snap.
Yeah, we haven't seen the big team fight from EG. We haven't really seen an amazing 4 or 5 hero impale or any big clutch play from some of these big disablers. It's just been kind of the unexpected, like you said. And I mean, even things like Bambo TP to the pit stealing that Aegis. We've also seen TC, I would say, doing a pretty miraculous job of not getting caught, aside from that one fight near the Roshan pit where it ended up going down. He was forced to buy back, but still, after the buyback as an Eagle Horn, TC has just not gotten caught this game. That was the first time that I actually think I've seen him get caught in a big team fight. And that means, if he can avoid getting caught, then I feel like Liquid can win those prolonged fights. We saw once the Chrono, the RP are down, EG don't have a whole lot left in the tank, and they don't really have many combat heroes. They have a Prophet. Yes, he's got a Scythe, but he's not a spammable disable by any means. Use that Scythe once, you're pretty much done. And maybe if Fear steals a big spell, but I feel like Liquid still has a shot, despite being down 10k gold, 12k experience, and by no means having this game in the bag.
It really is anyone's game. The goal graph never tells the true tale when you're facing a PL.
Mike, caught out. There was a smoke egg from EG.
Why?
They'll find him here. The team is here. They were trying to back him up, but Mike gonna get caught out. He'll Ghost Scepter. Jail looking for a Chrono. He's gonna airball it completely, it appears. Nobody caught inside of that one. And now on the one is our Shadow Demon. So the other side, it's Korok and Fluff trying to hoof their way out of here. They've got a blink on Korok. TC comes in. No Chrono. Probably time to bag. Eva with RP. It's going to be dangerous. Demon not able to blink away. He eats Land Spam. Now he eats Bulba. Coming in. Won't actually be able to flame break that as he is BKB'd. So Demon forced to BKB. Blinks away. Jo buys. Did he buy back immediately? Or wait, no, sorry. What am I talking about? No, it's just Chrono that went down. My brain is completely farty right now. But with no Chrono, do you look to go high ground right now? That's the question. It looks like Liquid say yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to stop the PL Illusions at the very least from just damaging the tower. So it looks like they will just do that. But honestly, on the CLD, like there's only so much that you can cover up. Like, Jo, what the hell are you doing with your life, man? Seriously, that was the third Chronosphere of this game that completely whiffed and pretty much lost you the opportunity to win the game.
Here comes Bulba looking for an opportunity to win this game. Fireflied up at the tower. Korok smacking away at it. They're slowly muscling it down, and Aghanim's now up on Korok, so now that ult is pretty big nuisance at that, and Bambo trying to be that hero stand-in. He stalls them long enough. Now they're going to look for catch retreating heroes. Bambo, can he get a Hex off here? He'll Hex Korok. He's also got the Orchid for Korok. He'll sprout him up, look for the Orchid to go. Not just yet. Now he's going to deploy it. Jo comes in, and now a perfect setup set up by Bambo. They find a kill. They find it on Korok, who did buy back in the last fight, I do believe. Well, it doesn't have buyback money anyway. So now it's a headlong push down the other lane. And I think with this, with no Panda, can Team Liquid actually fight? That's the big question.
It most certainly is. And you know what? I mean, TC, it looks like he just finished up his Butterfly. But once again, if EG, they have the top push going in, they have the bottom push, they actually have all 3 lanes pushing in. And this might be not always the most ideal scenario against the PL, because that gives PL the ability to make illusions. But, you know what? Yeah, never mind. Bambo's not going to get cut out. This is actually going really well, because all of Liquid's attraction eyes are focused on the top lane. They will even have to TP just to get there closer, and they will lose the tower here.
Oh, they're going to lose the tower. Jo empowered up. If they go in on Jo, well, if Bulba's able to pull him back, maybe the RP isn't there, but otherwise you got to imagine it will be Bulba. No, Jo gets the Rex for 3. Now he's going to Chrono. Only catches Fluff, but at least gets 1 this time. And now going on the ranged Rex at that. Panda respawning soon. The Purge is there. Gem hits the deck. Mike in trouble as well. Jo jumps in. They'll pick him off too. And now Fear, Blink, and a Force Staff forward. A long range. Compels himself into the fight. Propels himself in, I should say. Don't find that extra kill, but now it's a 5v3 scenario. And if there's not buyback on these 2 supports, I dare I say it, they might lose 2 lanes of Rex.
They most certainly are looking like they're going in that path, because I don't see the CG stop pushing. They still have all their spells up. The only thing they expended was a Chrono.
Oh,
and you know
Bambo
what?
gets caught by the lasso. The Panda ult is there. Fear trying to steal something. He got the lasso in the end. And now the Panda ult. Well, if Fear steals that one, that would be even bigger. They'll Cyclone up Bambo. Now they look to focus him down. He will drop very quickly. They got 1 lane of Rex, but this is not a 1 lane of Rex kind of game. You need 2, you need 3. You might even just need to kill the damn throne to be secured of a victory at that. And Void thrown up in the air. Can he time walk away? Jo gonna BKB again. Now man fighting the Panda aspects. While that's happening, an RP, a blink in from Demon. Looking to bring Korok down. Was that stolen? The Panda ultimate for Fear. He gets it. He gets the Primal Split. He'll pop it now. They want to muscle this Rex down. They just want to end the game on that note. And Fear, where's the micro skills? Let's see him, baby. He's chasing Fluff. Fluff has to pull the juke of his life to escape. He'll lead a boulder toss. Demon thinking about focusing him. Jo still fighting TC. They don't actually have a chrono to deal with him, but it is cooling down soon. Now the Purge on TC. Mike, boulder toss is there. Fear finds someone, but immediately the Ghost Scepter comes out. A big impale from Fluff, helping to turn this fight around. Chrono is here. Jo can maybe turn the fight around. 5 seconds to go. Can he get it off in time? No. No evasion wall hacks him. Down he will go to TC. Enough Lance Spin to bring him down. Now the chase. Going the other way. Cue the Benny Hill music. This fight ain't over. This game ain't over. EG, they get 1 lane of Rex. They steal a Panda ult, but they don't actually break the base Clairvoyance. And dare I say it, Liquid is still in it.
Liquid definitely is still in it. As a matter of fact, I once again, I just don't know. It looks like the next Roche fight coming up in about 2 minutes will be the real tell of the tale for this story. But the big ultimates, once again, for EG, like, I honestly don't know what's going on. Fear playing out of his mind with regards to his spells. Demon playing fairly well, started falling off. Like, why expend the RP on the Panda Spirit that's actually just an Earth Panda, not the Transition Panda? Like, why? I don't understand. You can actually click the hero or click the Panda, and you can look at the timer as the enemy. I'm not sure if that's a bug thing or not. Probably is.
I guess the idea was like RP him right as it ends to make sure you can steal it, but you're blowing an RP to steal an ultimate that probably doesn't do as much for you in the fight. So even then, yeah, it's kind of questionable.
That's right, and not only that, but he actually didn't even get it. He just RP'd the Earth Panda, and of course the Rubik did end up taking it. But when the Earth Panda was over, Korok just came back and he wasn't even stunned. He was actually just walking away, tanking a lot of hits with his Drunken Brawler, was able to clap a couple of heroes and slow them down in the process, made space, allowing EG's heroes to, allowing Liquid's heroes to fall back and chase. And as I speak of chase, Milk is going to get chased down into his base.
Big thing is, here comes the respawn from Jay. They will catch up Bambo, but Fear still is Panda ult. He'll pop it now. That's what I wanted to mention, is he never actually lost it. The Chrono, there's your Chrono. Down 2 heroes will go. The supports are dead, and now Jo jumps in. He wants some vengeance. Bulba needed to illuminate with the Ghost Scepter until will go down. EG finally finding their footing in a fight. Buyback from Bulba. He's got boots of travel. He can go back into this fight. 2 Panda splits. Duking it out. No idea what's going on right now. Bambo gonna drop. Jo fighting his way out. He can kill off this Earth Panda. He just needs to be a Bash Lord. Get it range, Jo. He thinks about it, but with the Bulba buyback, now with the Demon buyback, it looks like both teams still in this game. Liquid will be forced back. Jesus.
Wow.
These guys.
Man, you're gonna need a glass of water after this one. Goodness gracious.
I'm gonna need that vocal surgery at this rate, man. I don't know if my lungs can take it, but Roshan now is back up. So does EG just get this? Can Liquid contest, I guess is the question.
I don't think they can, even with the ward there. By the way, that ward actually doesn't see anything. It's actually a really badly placed ward, and it never should see anything. So yeah, I don't know why people still do it. It literally doesn't see anything. And yeah, EG will take this Roche. It will be semi-uncontested. They actually broke the tree so you can see more. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be contested.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it gives you a little vision in an area where Batrider could be, but even then, well, was there going to be a cheese deny? That's the nope, Demon able to pick it up, so TC trying for a big play, almost able to deny at least a cheese with his illusion, but can't in the end. So EG, they're up 1 lane of Rex. I still don't feel like they've won. Even with Aegis cheese, even with a pretty much max Void at this point, room for 1 more item when he loses the Aegis, and RP, and Empower, and a Prophet who's getting close to being 6 slotted. Well, at least close to being 4 or 5 slotted. I still don't feel like EG has this in the bag, not by any stretch, and a lot of it may come down to Jo and his Chronosphere. That last one was good. Caught the 2 supports, picked them off. Needs more of that in these fights.
Yep, of course. It was very, very nice coordination. That one really good. When Demon was in the Chronosphere, there was a reason this time. But once again, I really gotta beg the question. Like, these team fights, EG, you're really slipping away. You're not playing them properly. Like, if you saw the last fight, what actually happened was, yeah, Fear blinked in, was able to use the Panda ultimate, and yeah, it disrupted a lot of the fight, kept TC up in the air just before this engagement happens. What happened was Jo actually sat back and was fighting Korok's pandas, killing them off 1 by 1. while his teammates were dying in front of the tower. And this kind of miscoordination. You cannot have this happen against the PL, because this PL, if he gets an army of illusions, he's going to kill you, he's going to kill the Magnus, the Prophet, he's going to kill everyone.
Yeah, in a prolonged fight, a war of attrition, this PL will win. You gotta kill him during the ultimates, or kill the rest of his team and then focus him. And now they're gonna disrupt IX Mike, hoping for 2 illusion armies. Can they find them? The Illuminate comes in, the Illusion's still alive, and now we will see Fear actually popping his Panda ultimate just because it was about to expire, I believe. This will be the 3rd usage. Got 3 out of that 1 steal. Korok jumps in, drops his own ult. Now Fear on the run. The Chronosphere is there, catches only Bulba, and now Bulba will be disrupted at that. Now the Purge on Jo, his BKB will be wasted. He'll come back with Aegis, but it's a Void with no Chrono, with no BKB. He might even die. Demon gets off a nice RP, but is it actually... Oh, actually, maybe it's not enough. TC really not even caring about that. Chasing on about, who will pop his Ghost Scepter. Meanwhile, it's Bambo who says, let me win the game. You guys can't seem to take a fight. I'm going to take the Rex. He gets the Rex top while it's all happening. Jo will be slowed and then probably brought down yet again in the midst of this Mike. Able to finish the job. No, it's TC who gets the kill. But it really was Bambo who salvaged that fight. They blow an Aegis. They still have their cheese, but they do get that second lane of Rex. 1 away from pretty much having this game. Well, not necessarily in the bag, but closer to it anyway.
Definitely a step forward, but once again, yeah, it still does look even. Against the PL at this point in the game, even with a carry hero like Void as well as a follow-up like Magnus, unless you have all 3 Raxes, it really does not tell the tale. And, I'm going to just check the gold graph right now. Yeah, it is still in ridiculous
This is nothing.
towards the Dire.
I mean, it's like nothing at this point in the game, though, to be totally honest.
It really does not make, especially against the PL. This PL is almost completely 6-slotted with the Daedalus, as well as you might not even just go for the Daedalus. You might see his Diffusal charges that he needs more. You might just make a completely new Diffusal Blade.
I guess the only good news is TC's almost finished farming. So for EG, TC can't get any bigger than he already is. Well, you can get the Daedalus like you mentioned. That's pretty much it. It's a weird way to look at it, but maybe that's their saving graces. They have a Prophet as well who hits pretty hard, and for Liquid, there's just really that one hero that dishes out the physical damage. Well, actually, that's not entirely fair, because there is IX Mike, and there is his disruption of TC that could give them 2 PLs, give them 2 carries in these fights.
IX Mike carrying his support ever since he started.
Man, that was such a clutch disruption. That made the Chronosphere, at least he gets Bulba with that Chronosphere, but not catching Mike, gets nothing. And then on top of it, gets Purged, so his BKB is also wasted. And that's the thing with Void, is I mentioned if it goes late, this could come to pass. Of course, we didn't expect it to necessarily feel quite this late at 50 minutes, but it really feels like a 70-minute game already, is... Jo, he's a one-and-done kind of hero. The Void, as amazing as he can be late game, especially in pubs, you blow your Chronosphere, you blow your BKB, you're pretty much done for the fight. If you don't win the fight off of that, you're most likely in trouble unless you at least get 2 or 3 heroes. Whereas TC, the longer the fight goes, the stronger he gets.
That's right. And once again, you blow your Chronosphere, you blow your BKB, and you blow your brain. There's nothing you can do anymore.
I like that. So, what do you feel right now? Are we waiting for Roshan number 4 at this point? Is there going to be any openings for either team?
Yeah, I think there are gonna be openings. As a matter of fact, I think Liquid's gonna just make openings. I'm not even just judging that out of just looking at them the dire side. I think they're gonna eventually end up backing up and just pushing out the towers again. But I think they will find an opening that either catches somebody or forces a team fight. And this time, I think they are going to take it. I mean, EG, if they play it perfectly, if they just smoked up, decided to find 2 heroes off, and just use all their ultimates just to catch them, they have enough Raxes to be able to walk into the base with Prophet on somewhere else on the map and constantly apply pressure to the point where TC he can't walk up close enough to make illusions. But they're not smoking. They're not doing what they have to do right now. They're playing safe, sitting back. I think they're actually thinking of trying to wait for the next Roshan, which wouldn't help at all because they can't put it on their Void anymore, and then it would just go on a Magnus, who's kind of a one-hit wonder also without the refresher orb.
I mean, maybe give it to Bambo, but if he dies once, he's almost certainly dying twice.
Dead.
So.
Yeah, he's dead again. That's the thing with Aegis. Like, if you die once and you die again, like, there's really no point in it. So.
Yeah, if you're some hero like Storm, maybe you come back to life. It's a fresh shot. But certain heroes, heroes like Void, what can you really do with that? And it does feel like EG is kind of waiting for Liquid to make a mistake. Whereas Liquid, it seems like they're the ones who are really trying to create opportunities for their team. And it could backfire, but it feels like Liquid definitely have the better sort of decision-making, or at least a more clear plan as a team, if not the better decision-making. And, well, maybe it's the stand-in factor, but I can't really blame Bambo by any means. He's played fantastically so far for EG, so maybe just EG still struggling to find their footing as a team.
Perhaps that's really what it is. But regardless, it is how it is happening right now. Just Liquid, they're keeping their game together even after an ample number of mistakes early on, and they must be really hitting themselves hard for that. But once again, EG just maintaining a lead, but not expanding on it. Getting small victories, but also giving away giant advantages. And you know what? TC's walking into the base right now. I don't know how. Bambo's reacting with the mid push.
Yeah, let's see what Bambo can do. He's looking for mega creeps, but if they lose a big fight, they could just get thrown. Korok jumps in. Clap to fly, won't ult just yet. Jo is here, waiting with the Chronosphere in the wings. The lasso comes from Bulba, who traveled all the way around the world. Fear throws him up. The RP deploy catches out too. But is it enough is the question. The Bash Lord is here, but the disruption, once again from IX Mike, at least keeping Bulba away. And they didn't catch TC. And now the Chrono's down. Now the RP's down. And here comes the million-man army. It's Bambo, who is no longer going for the Rex. Didn't actually get a buyback from him. Everybody from EG back in business, but with no RP, with no Chronosphere, does it really matter? That's the question, Clairvoyance. They're going for Rex. They may even get more. Demon Blink Skewer desperately trying to find an opening, not able to. They force Bambo in. This could be a Ferrari-style initiation. In comes Jo. Oh man, does he hit hard, but TC hitting just as hard. Now the evasion removed by that Hex from Fluff. Can they bring him down? That's the question. TC trying to man fight, losing the man fight. Goes down. They get Rex, but they're going to get 4 heroes dead. Possibly, no, in the end, it will be Korok who retreats. Triple kill for Jo. The buyback's really saving EG there.
Buyback saving EG, and looks like buybacks will save Liquid also, as TC does come back into the fray. Is Fear gonna really die to this? No, he's not. But they will. Oh, no, there should be a shockwave. Oh, never mind, no shockwave. Yeah, the illusions actually ended up dying because they were low HP. It's actually funny. One neat thing with Shadow Demon is when you're disrupting illusions to make an army, you should always look for the highest HP. A lot of people, they just kind of disrupt it thinking that they're gonna make a PL army, and all of a sudden they get one shot by creeps, and then they go, wait, my PL has 6 items, how come? But how come is the question on Liquid's mind right now, as they're about to get pushed without all of their heroes up. So, well, let's see how they react to this one.
Yeah, as for EG, Chronosphere's back up, has one of the lowest cooldowns for those big team fight ultimates in the game, and that's without an Aghanim Scepter. Already back online. Fear, what is he sitting on? Just a Mana Drain, so nothing big stolen by him, but maybe kind of this fight, they'll send out some disrupted PL illusions to deal with that bottom lane for IX Mike. So for EG, now they're going to sit back and wait for Roche, and they'll have double cheese, they'll have an Aegis, but it won't be on Jo. I mean, what do you think? EG, they did lose their Rex. At the end of the day, as far as progress towards losing the base, well, here comes a big smoke egg. So Liquid, oh, no, don't lag now. Don't you dare lag now. We'll be okay. For the moment.
Yeah. I think if the double cheese happens, it's definitely going to have more impact than the Aegis at this point. And because 5 seconds downtime for any hero right now is just too much of a big deal. And
yeah, that's a Chronosphere that kills your entire team, or an RP.
That's right. And yeah, as for who's gonna be on the aggression and who's gonna get the Aegis, I really don't have any clues. TC has 4.6k, doesn't have buyback for 3 minutes, but Liquid, they're not hesitating. They really want to play aggressive on this one, and it looks like they're just crossing their own side of the river. While one is just it's just Bulba. The Bad Rider is sitting in base, holding up the imminent push. I'm wondering what's stopping the Furion from just ninja TPing on the Bad Rider right now. But yeah, looks like he's just gonna split push somewhere else.
I guess the one thing for Bambo is if he dies, he's already used his buyback, so he can't rejoin them, and that's right when Roche is about to respawn. So maybe worried they might get something away. He's there for the Hex. I mean, that's basically Bambo's big contribution to the team fights. Pretty important Hex at that, though.
Of course. Most certainly is. They really do need the single target disables, especially if the big ultimates are not hitting sometimes. But he actually sold his Midas and decided to get the Maelstrom. Not too sure if that was a good idea.
So, more split push, but, well, not really the biggest damage. I guess it helps you a bit versus PL Illusions, but at this point, you're not killing PL Illusions with Maelstrom Lightning. You need a lot more than that.
And speaking of killing, he is killing the T4 towers at Liquid. Liquid have to respond to this. They cannot let this T4 tower go down. Now the throne is naked.
Oh, Fluff missing the blind impale there. And now chasing. No gem, actually, it looks like. And do they have any detection? They don't.
Oh, no.
Bambo turns it around. Hexes Fluff. And this is where that late game gem is huge. He not only forces them back, he secures his team Roshan, and he finds a kill. The Radiant Ancient now under siege. Liquid kind of crumbling here under the pressure. It's really been Bambo. I mean, so many big plays. Backdooring top in the midst of that horrible team fight for EG earlier. Now finding a kill, forcing them back so his team can get Roche. He's taken a little bit of a while to get rolling, but since then, it's been Bambo. Above all else, who's really been finding the movement and the space here, and really the rhythm for EG as we head towards the ultra late game.
Yeah, he has really been keeping the team together as a stand-in. And I actually just looked at the CS graph right now. I mean, it might not mean too much, but PL's sitting here with 720 CS.
Holy crap. That's, what is that, like 12 per minute? And it's not enough. It doesn't even feel like it's enough.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's been farming out of his mind. He has been playing a spectacular game, of course. A lot of kills on EG side. 44 kills on EG side, and he's died only 3 times. This is truly like a carry's job. And he actually just bought a DP when he has boots of travel, so he probably forgot. But yeah, it's really his job. His job as PL right now is to not die, no matter what. Like, if he dies, the game's over. And you know what, Magnus?
Well, he has buyback, but not for 40 seconds. I don't know if EG realized it's not up. They probably assume it is by this point.
Yeah,
they're gonna
I
play it
was
safe.
scared for him there. I thought Magnus was definitely gonna, like, he was just sitting on top of the hill. Well, I guess you don't know who the illusion is and who's the real
Very
one, so
true.
never mind. Yeah.
Well, in the end, they won't go in, and TC, he'll try to keep them from pushing in, but Bambo, now with the complete Elder, the one thing it gives you is it kills creeps really fast. So that top lane's going to be pushing in, the bottom lane's already pushing in because there's no Rex there, and looking at Liquid, it's just every lane, constant pressure. You can't really leave the base unless you find a bunch of kills.
Almost certainly not. They are definitely forced into the turtle shell. And they are holding on to their lanes, but once again, like, if it's anybody's game right now, if either of these teams lose a team fight and don't have buybacks to show for it, they will actually lose base towers and they will lose the throne, because both teams have so much damage coming out of their sides that at this point, like, this PL can just take, like, solo the entire base in mere moments with a couple of illusions. And of course this Void with Empower dishing out massive amounts of damage. Like, he's got deeps on deeps on deeps right now. Oh.
He's been doing his heavy lifting here and maybe taking some lessons from Fear in that regard. Jo has a Satanic now, so has an extra life in a sense in these fights. I don't know if it'll be enough, but it'll help him a bit, especially if the Chrono's not in the right spot. We'll see a blink in by Fear. Lifts up Fluff. This could be the pick they were looking for, but actually able to escape. And now the turnaround comes from Boba, who lassos Demon. Tries to pull him in. Jo arrives. Patiently waiting with that Chrono. Catches out 3. This could be the end for Liquid. 2 to fall in a matter of seconds. Now Mike, Ghost Scepter. But can he actually turn this fight? While it's happening, Bambo winning the game. Killing the throne. Now the fight continues. We'll see TC trying to do what he can. He gets RP'd. Looks like he's going to fall. It's all about Bambo Dota. Killing off the throne. There's no backdoor protection. There seems to be no hope for Liquid. Triple kill. Everybody going to buy back. Bambo, can he kill it in time? He will be forced to Shadow Blade away. Doesn't find the kill yet, but they found a couple of kills as well. Jo still has buyback if he needs it, and it looks like they're going to get at least the Ranger X top. Haven't actually done enough structural damage to thoroughly win this game. In comes Bambo. He wants this throne. He's going to get it. Bambo not able to. Actually, TC crits him, kills him off. And now Fear comes in. Fear wants the throne. Bambo wants it. He's bought back, but the glyph is there. They still haven't gotten this freaking throne. The turnaround comes. That's Bambo on the sidelines for 100 seconds. In comes Jo. It's his turn, but he gets disrupted. Can he finish the damn throne? Finish the damn throne. Jo does it. EG take game 1. Holy fucking crap. What a ridiculous game.
Goodness gracious. What an intense game indeed. Wow. That was a cluster of a lot of different emotions.
I had no idea what was going on in that fight. Bambo throws his body at the Rex twice, at the throne twice. He got the tier 4s earlier, and they needed every little bit to get that Rex. But in the end, Clairvoyance, they do. We're going to a game 2, and EG going to be leading this best of 3, 1-0 at that. Oh, guys, stay tuned. We'll be coming back. It is a best of 3. You're watching the WePlay.tv Dota 2 League. Winner of this match, they will be our final team that move on, or our first team of this group. One of our 2 final teams to move on into the playoffs. Will it be Liquid? Will it be EG? We have no freaking clue, but we'll bring you that game 2 right after this.
Oof.
And with this Brewmaster pick, I think we can start talking about the lanes a little bit. So, what are you thinking for this? We saw, well, not really a tri-lane bat, but an off-lane bat from EG last game. It looks like probably a Brewmaster mid, potentially just an off-lane or jungle bat, and then a defensive tri-lane with the PL. That's what I'm imagining Liquid's going to do. What do you think, and what can EG do to combat that?
Of course, that definitely is the standard order of procedures when it does come to the PL. I've seen Liquid go aggressive with a lot of bad scenarios, and it just didn't work out for them. Yeah, as the Void is getting picked up, it really does. It's really starting to unfold into a safe lane tri-lane versus a safe lane tri-lane, with a Prophet and Bad Rider just jungling, having a safe start on each parts, to which I still think might be giving a little bit too much room for Liquid.
Yeah, Bat Rider's going to get more out of the jungle, and I feel like he brings more to the table once he gets his farm up. You get the Blink Dagger, the Tranquil Boots, if you do it perfectly, if you're efficient, probably around the 10-minute mark or so, maybe even a little bit earlier if you get a kill, a little bit later if you have a stack messed up or something. But 10, 11-minute Blink Tranquil Boots, what's Prophet bring to the table? His ultimate, some chance for split push. If it comes to a fight, Liquid are definitely going to have the edge, and they go back for a Lion now, so a hero that needs levels, almost certainly a defensive tri-lane for them. They often like to get an early smoke when they pick up the Lion. I've even seen them do it with Keeper of the late Lion, which isn't the best smoke ganking combo, but Liquid makes it work. So with Shadow Demon Lion, you got to imagine some early ganks. And if EG goes defensive tri-lane and forfeits that off lane, that gives Liquid the fight. I think Liquid is fine with the spread out map, and they will contest that with Shadow Poison spam with the PL once he gets farm. Bat Rider's not a bad pusher at all between Flame Break as well as Firefly if you want to use it for that. So while EG, it looks like they kind of want to fight the PL at what he's best at, and I don't know how well that's going to work.
Yeah, once again, I mean, the same sentiment kind of just resonates in my mind as we do see the anti-mage getting banned here. And it was kind of just really obvious in the drafting phase. And EG, they knowing the caliber of this team, I mean, they've been having a lot of roster changes lately, or not so much roster changes, pardon me. They were switching around the numbers. They were playing a lot of the, rolling the dice.
Position changes, basically.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not too sure if they're really prepared for this as well as they should be. I mean, of course, Beatis not being here is certainly a slight damage, but Sexy Bamboo being the worthy stand-in, they are going to bring out the good, strong fight. And speaking of fight, Liquid does pick up the Panda Brew, which they're expecting to use to aggressively push with it, I would imagine, just relying on playstyle.
If they want to 4 protect 1, they now have a very strong makings of that 4. Bat Rider, Brewmaster, Shadow Demon +1, Peel can push the other lanes, or he could even join the fight. Hell, it's Liquid, a team that, you know, they're not really going to play Fnatic EU style and just pick the PL and split push and farm until he's 6-slotted and then look to win the game. It may end up that way, but that's not the style they'll use to get there. They'll take definitely a different road, so I won't be surprised if this PL gets involved in combat fairly early on. He's a cute one. He's short as hell, man. He's like 5'2". I think he's shorter than Zoe, the host for EMS. So, and you saw how she looked next to Puppy.
Oh my gosh, and yeah, she does look short, but more importantly, I was about to say, before this game went on, I was gonna think, if either teams were gonna pick up the PL, because obviously in North America, we do a lot of theory crafting and a lot of talking about the drafts and stuff like that lately, and I was wondering, between these teams, if they were really gonna do it to each other, because, you know, after this game happens, if the PL wins, it's gonna be like a we PL them kind of thing, and it looks like somebody's getting PL this game, LD.
You know how it's so appropriate because this is the We Play League, the WPL, so we're gonna PL you. So it's Team Liquid. Oh man, it's all in the cards. It's all fated to come to pass. For EG, they do have Kodo Magnus. They have a crap load of AoE. They have some great team fight, but they don't have the natural partner for the PL. What will they turn to here? I imagine we're looking at a carry, maybe something like a gyrocopter, because there's really not a whole lot else in the pool, but I mean, what do you think? There's a lot of ways to deal with a one-core lineup. If you go for one carry, there's a Purge, there's a Lasso, and of course you could just kind of spam them with the PL. So, I mean, what do you think for EG? Looked like they were hoping for the PL with the way they opened this draft, but how do you think they adapt to this?
In my opinion, the best way to adapt to this scenario would definitely be picking up the Bane or the Clockwork. They really need that kind of a control, especially against the Bad Rider. Something that, if you get lassoed on or forced to fight on, and there's actually the Nature's Prophet, it would have helped the team fight and kind of alleviated a little bit of the later on damages that could happen by the snowball effect of Shadow Demon plus PL. As we see, kind of standard draft, but at the same time, what I was really thinking before the whole PL thing was I thought Nature's Prophet was going to be a first pick this game. I was watching the previous EG game, and I also know how Liquid loves their Nature's Prophet on Bulba. So I was thinking that Nature's Prophet was going to be the first pickup. But yeah, they let the Bad Rider through, EG of course. And they ban out, in my opinion, what could have been their two responses to this. Like, they could have taken the Lone Druid or the Lifestealer against the PL and tried to do an aggressive tri-lane. Or try to force some sort of, like, something to happen in the mid-game, you know, not let the PL kind of spiral out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, they opted for the standard safe lineup, and while they do have a lot of that control, you know, with the Magnus and a lot of damage coming out as overall, you know, shutting down the pushes, as well as split push with Prophet and Keeper, I'm not too sure how they're gonna fare at the late game without, now that Gyrocopter and Alchemist are getting banned. There's gonna be an anti-mage ban probably out of Liquid.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like for EG, they want to try and beat Liquid at PL's game, which is split pushing, right? You have Keeper of the Light, you have Prophet as your final selection for the first phase, so you have 3 heroes that can push out the lanes and spread the map a bit, but we're back and we're live, ladies and gentlemen. It's Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid, an NA Dota showdown. EG unfortunately won't have their full 5. BDiz had an emergency, had to go, so Sexy Bambo is going to mess things up and be the second European playing for EG along with Melk. But it's a best of 3 between 2 of the top teams in North America, and who would it be more appropriate for me to cast with than another NA Dota illustrious, upstanding citizen? It's Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, your first cast with Beyond the Summit. How you doing?
Outstanding citizen, huh?
Yeah, so far. Don't make me regret that.
Alright, I'll try my best because, I got the Skype message and I said, alright, there's big matches going on the side right now with the EMS, and then I said, who are we casting? In my mind, of course. To which you said, Liquid, EG, and I said, oh boy, it's time to cast, because this is the match to catch for a real NA Dota fiend like myself. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen between these two. As you said, even though it is Sexy Bambo standing in, of course, very sexy man.